So, I would like to know first, how do you remember the first time you play for an audience?
Ooh, with the police? Well, you see, before I was like, it was the police with me. Where did we play? You know, I think it was in the south of France. It was somewhere in France. Are you French?
I'm from Spain.
You're from Spain, okay. I think we played on a punk festival in France, and we still had Henry Padovani in the band, and it was a punk festival. So, and we were way down on the bill. But I think actually we did a pretty ripping show, even with the four of us. So I think it was sort of thrilling, very edgy and dynamic situation. And we were called to police even then. But I remember things more like, well, I'm just trying to think of a show like where we would have like been early days, like well, maybe in CBGB's, you know, and we were so excited. There's probably only 25 people in the place, and we went on at midnight, and we were so thrilled to be at CBGB's in New York that we just really went for it. That was incredibly exciting, and we felt absolutely unified as the police, yeah.
And when you look back at your life in the music industry, do you regret anything? And also, what do you miss the most?
Yeah, that's a good one. Do I miss anything? Well, I haven't left yet, so I'm not sure if I'm missing. I think it's, you know, as we all know, it's become a much harder scene because, you know, I came of age when, you know, you signed your contract with a record company. I did this many times, and you usually get 5 records and you develop, and this is very true of the police. We developed over 5 albums. That has completely gone. And we used to sell millions of records before we even got out of the studio. So we hit the real peak of it. So, you know, in a sense, I missed the sort of glory and the corruption of the sort of golden age of the record industry, because it's basically over. You know, and it was like a wild romantic adventure, you know, going around the United States with promotion men who'd go to the radio stations and take out the DJs and give them drugs and all kinds of other things. Amazing, you know, it was really wild and woolly then, and I sort of missed the colour of all that. It's all kind of digital now. It's not so much fun. So I don't really regret anything. I think I had a fantastic run, and you know, continuing to make music and trying to get used to the new scene. But the act of making music is just the same. You know, you still got to get in there and have imagination and skill and call on a lot of internal things.
In your opinion, how important is music in films?
I think it's incredibly important. It can make or break a film. I just finished scoring a film for a Turkish film, actually, a sort of art house Turkish film, which was a fun thing to do. Now, if I'd done a really bad job, that film would have gone down. It can really add so much to a film. And it's actually very difficult for me to watch a film, or like say an HBO or whatever Showtime TV series, if the music's not there, because I immediately start hearing it and it's not right. Or if there's too much music. There's one show I was trying to watch last week. It's just too much music. Come on, you know. So very, very sensitive issue.
And do you have any favorite film soundtrack?
Well, I'd have to think about that. Well, I don't know, just off the top of my head, there was a French film called Diva, which I particularly liked. I really liked the theme that the guy, whoever that composer was, wrote for that film. It was a really very outstanding little piano thing, almost like an Eric Satie piece. It was just enough. But there's some very good film score composers around. I can't think of all the names off the top of my head. A couple of French ones, I think. But it's definite art, but I don't think the profession is what it used to be. It used to be a noble profession. I'm not sure if that's true anymore.
If you had to choose between music and photography?
Oh, well, I wouldn't choose. No, music is first, really. I really have to be faithful to music. I think music is the greatest art there is, you know. Music, painting, writing, and photography is a smaller art, but it can be very good. Whether it's great art or not, I'm not sure. Music is what we aspire to. That's the voice.
You learned music at a very young age. Did your children too?
Yeah, well, you know, yeah, they did. They all learned music. They all were taught at school, and I did the best I could with them. But yeah, they were all playing by the time they were 10. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much.
Oh, nice talking
Thank
to you.
you.
Thank
Nice
you,
meeting
Raquel.